Cam Newton invites K.Michelle to his Funky Friday podcast for an interview. And she has the audacity to chastise Cam Newton, much like Dr. Cheyenne Bryant did that one time. K.Michelle chastises Cam Newton on creating broken homes because he has a plethora of children and a plethora of baby mamas. But K.Michelle is unmarried and she has a child herself. So how can she talk about stable black families? Let's get to the reaction. Cam Newton welcomes K.Michelle to the Funky Friday podcast, and he interviews her for almost 2 hours, and they talk about a variety of topics from her R&B history to her country music background to, some of her early days and upbringing. And Cam Newton goes back and forth with some of his perspectives and history of his own to add to the conversation, right? Well, of course, the conversation comes up about relationships as it is because this is a man and woman. So this conversation usually comes up, right? And K.Michelle, of course, blames Cam Newton and to a lesser degree black men and successful black men for the reason why we have broken homes. Now, for a quick history lesson, I believe this was like 5 or 6 years ago, well, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, rather. K.Michelle went on a radio show, and told the world that she thought men were bad people. Remember this?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
What do you mean? Like, explain that. Like,
I don't think men are good people.
Wait, you think that now? All men?
I don't think they're good people.
Why not?
The reason for that, and I truly believe that.
So she said that, and she's doubled and tripled down on this over the years, right? I mean, I believe K.Michelle actually, she went to the Rainbow at one point and then came back. I think she's currently dating at this moment. And according to Wikipedia, right here, this is K.Michelle's Wikipedia page. She has one son, I believe, says she reports that she stopped attending classes for a short time when she was in FAMU, I believe, in 2004. She had a son born and then returned to college, and she finished from FAMU with honors. It was accepted into several law schools, but didn't attend, opting to pursue music full time, which she does have a very good voice. I can't deny that, right?
Yeah, that brother's starving.
And of course, you know Cam Newton's history, right? This was May 12th. Cam Newton's 8 kids, all about his sons, daughters, and baby number 9 is on the way.
Bitch, yes. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
He has 8 kids, sons Chosen, Kamadas, Kashmir, Caesar, and Jaden, and daughters Sovereign Dior and Shakira, and a baby girl on the way right now, I believe. He has ex-girlfriends Kia Proctor. He has another one, Lorena Shaw right here. And then Jasmine Brown, which I believe he is with currently right now. So he has 3, maybe 4 baby mamas, and he has now 9 children.
Enemy spotted.
I want to respect you, but I can't.
So we understand Cam Newton's history. If you want to call it broken homes, I call it women being opportunistic and getting to, their security because they have children with Cam Newton. He's a very successful and strong black man, in my opinion. And he can afford to take care of all of them. Does that make it right? No, it does not. However, these women got with him knowing that he had children, and they also procreated with him. So this, in my opinion, is a twofold problem, right? Men choosing to not get married. We know what the society is, right? Men choosing to have children without getting married. And at the same time, the other problem is that women are choosing to get with men that already have children instead of having a family or trying to get a relationship with a man that does not, because maybe he doesn't make as much or is as successful as somebody like Cam Newton. You understand what I'm saying? But of course, K.Michelle, like most women, will lay this problem solely at the feet of black men, all right? So we're going to get into this reaction. Of course, this is on YouTube. Thank you, Cam Newton, for this content. And because it is his content, I will give my fair use clause before we start the reaction. So without further ado, oh, by the way, for all of you, stop playing the video ninjas. For all of you, you talk too much ninjas.
Yeah. That's not gonna happen.
A link will be in the description box. You can watch this without my commentary or criticism or interruption. And with that being said, fair use.
About what women are dealing with?
Yeah.
Women are making more money than men.
Mm-hmm. That's challenging.
Yes,
That
women.
challenges the
if you're
normalcy.
gonna bring me hell, and I can pay my own bills, it's not worth it. Women are going through this whole different thing of, you know what it is. Like, I see my parents who've been together forever. I get to witness a traditional, you know, old school type of love.
Now, for reference, K.Michelle is from Memphis, Tennessee. She has older parents. They both are together. I guess have been married for several years. So she has witnessed what a traditional relationship looks like. All right. Oh, and Cam Newton, his father is a preacher. He also has his, I believe, mother and father in his life, or at least one after the other. But his father, for sure, is a preacher. So he also understands the traditional way of life when it comes to relationships.
But nowadays, what we're witnessing city girls, we're witnessing this and that. And it's like the genders are doing this.
Clashing.
And it's like a hot topic and this and that. Yeah, it's cute. It's a hot topic. But it is really destroying families. When I go, okay, think about this. Being in Nashville all the time will be.
Watch what this woman, listen to what she compares, what she's about to compare the black family to. And I don't know if this is a good comparison. I personally thought it was a horrible comparison, but you let me know down in the comment section.
Atlanta all this time and then going to Nashville where it's predominantly white. One, they go home at 5 and 6 o'clock when they're producing because they go home to their families. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not.
By the way, that's a nice dress you have on, K.Michelle. I mean, you, without your accent and your past ratchet behavior, you would be one of my future baby mamas. I would put you up there with, some of the older women that I kind of like had crushes on, like, Kerry Washington, K.Michelle, and other women that I was like, you know what? If I could have one chance behind the woodshed with this woman, it would probably be spectacular. Or maybe not. In any case, yes, we glorify, I guess, in our R&B and rap community, we glorify things that are not conducive to the black family. But this isn't a male problem. This is a problem in our culture of music as a whole. You, K.Michelle, you also contributed to this because your history of, women's heartbreak music, which you kind of cornered the market with, like the likes of Keisha Cole and Mary J. Blige and Jasmine Sullivan and all the likes of y'all. All you talk about is getting done wrong. You never talk about anything happening good, or rarely. And I listened to your music for several years. You rarely ever talk about a good man. All your music is catered to women fresh off a heartbreak, fresh off getting cheated on, or find out their man is on a DL or some crap like that. Your music is very, very toxic as well on the flip side of what you're talking about. But this isn't just a male. Look at the women out here. Look at, we're not just talking about male rappers. We're talking about, we got City Girls, we got Glorilla, we got Sexy Red and all the rest. And what they talk about, they're putting themselves out there. They're objectifying themselves. So, I mean, stop it.
Happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch, a hoe in Nashville because they'll never even listen to your music.
But women in the R&B community and the rap community call themselves this. So if a man calls you that, and most men, unless, they've been raised in very different situations, I would say, they don't just go out their way to call women this kind of stuff. But in music, it sells. And this is across the board.
Professional career will suffer. At what point in the black community do our men create real homes? And even talking, just our first time talking, and you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life.
Now, Cam Newton, things just happen, but things don't just happen 9 times, my brother. Things don't just happen. They just happen 9 times with 3-4 different women. All right, so let's be clear with that as well. So Cam Newton, you're being very disingenuous by saying that. And in this podcast also, because I listen to a large portion of this, He also talks about how he wants families. Meanwhile, again, having several babies by several different women. So Cam, you also can't talk out of both sides of your mouth and saying, well, I want a family. But at the same time, you know, you're having babies with these girlfriends and not wives, and you're having several of them, meanwhile saying that you're taking care of your children, which is probably monetarily, but are you taking care of them in the natural sense? Maybe not so much. And this is the twofold problem. And all four of these women, the first woman he had children with and the second one got with him knowing he had children by the other woman, and so on and so forth. So again, it's a twofold problem. You can't just lay this at the feet of black men. If you've made it this far in the video and you're still here, thank you again for your viewership. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you can be notified whenever I go live or drop new content. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, please do so by hitting the Cash App $ Mr. Normie. And you can also go to my Ko-Fi page, ko-fi.com/workingmanmg. Also, I'm trying to build a community on Locals. So if you would, go please check out my Locals page and you can join for just $5 a month. You can post and we can build a community of like-minded working men over there. Thank you for your time. Now back to the video.
I'm looking at a successful black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on black family, you know? And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So,
K.Michelle, so you didn't see it either, right? But you're like, what? Let's go back to the Wikipedia real quick. K.Michelle, you are how old right now? You're 43. You have one son in 2004 that would make him, you know, maybe a teenager at this point, right? Probably a grown man, damn near. So you've never been married. And somewhere in there, she's going to say that she had 3 proposals and turned them all down, right? And so you had a kid out of wedlock. Okay, yes, we get things happen in this today's society. We can use that as an excuse sometimes. But you've never been married. And you said men aren't good people. And you've been on the rainbow before because you said that they weren't good people. And now you're back dating men again, I guess. But K.Michelle, you're also talking on both sides of your mouth as well. Because you know what a family is. Have you strived for that? No, you've been on the music scene for years. And your career is on the downturn now, but you've been largely successful, right? Where's your husband? Okay, but no, men aren't good people.
asking right now, black men, I got to tell my black men to really step up for black women.
Wait a minute, this deserves some sad music. Where is it? Let me find it. Here we go. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. There we go.
And create families.
Yeah.
It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women. And it's not a cool, they're not creating homes. They're creating babies everywhere. It's not cool. And I'm asking you, other successful black men, to be, you have to set an example as leads.
Okay. Now you're asking men to set the example to, and especially successful black men like Cam Newton here you're sitting in front of, to somehow change the narrative of black men. Now, you've all seen the statistics. I don't have to cover it, right? That the majority of black men that have children are in their child's lives actively, if not with the individual that they procreated with. So the myth of the deadbeat dad has been largely dispelled in the black community. Now, you have some that are making the rest of us black men look bad, and that's what we are trying to combat. Now, the other thing is that the white man is the original deadbeat dad, okay? Do you think that all these laws and child support things were just made up just to hurt black men? No, these things were created because the white men were stepping out mostly, right? When back in the days when these laws were first started, black men were the ones that were holding the families, that were in their families' lives, that were leading the families, that were keeping them together, right? And then along the lines, for whatever you want to call it, the drug thing and the community, whatever you want to call it, the men slowly started drifting out of the lives of their families, either directly or indirectly because of programs and things of that nature. So this woman's out here crying and pleading to black men. If you look in the comment section, you'll see everybody's got the cape on for K.Michelle. And you're literally blaming black men, and to a large degree, successful black men, for creating broken homes, not taking care of their children. When again, Cam Newton has 4 baby mothers. The third woman knew about the first. The third one knew about the second. The first one and the second one. All right? So how about we change the narrative to women? Find you a successful man, or find you a good man that doesn't have children, and make a family with him. Right? So we can even out this ratio of baby fathers and mothers. Okay? Cam Newton has 3 baby mothers. You know what? There's another man out there that doesn't have any children. Right? For Cam Newton having 3, 4 baby mamas, we got 10 men out there that don't have any children. Why didn't those women choose him? Matter of fact, go to your local neighborhood. We have what we would call pookies, right? They have 3, 4, 5 baby mothers. They have 6, 7, 8 kids. Meanwhile, the guy that works at Rite Aid, meanwhile, the guy that works at Dollar General, meanwhile, the guy who works at Whole Foods, he don't have no children. And he's on the come up. He has ambition. He has drive. He has all the things. He has credibility, integrity, all those things that he's willing to build for his own life and take care of a woman that will be willing to have his back and have children with her and make a family. But no. But somehow we lay this again at the feet of the black man, and the successful black man, because these women willingly have children with men that have multiple children and multiple baby mamas. But that's our fault. And to a certain degree, it is our fault. But to be 100% our fault, it is definitely not.
The cute social media back and forth on black women. Black women are strong. Black women are where you come from, this and that. So there probably isn't any sympathy for you and just life happening, because there's so many other things around you going on that are not fair to black women. What is going
So basically, even though he has factors against him, they don't care about that. All they care about is what they see. And the facts are all there. He's got 3 baby mamas. But you blame him for having broken homes? What about the mothers that got with him knowing that he wasn't marriage material? That he was a freaking baby factory inside his manhood, right? They knew he wasn't getting married. He didn't get married to the first one. What made them think he was going to change for the second? What made the third one think he was going to change if he didn't marry the first 2? I mean, come on. And she's crying, sitting here shedding tears, talking about how it's our fault that broken homes are being made, without acknowledging both sides of the issue.
on with the black family? We are consistently creating the cycle of kids who can't come home and see their daddy there. And they see their mama sad at night. At what point
She getting child support though.
is the successful black man in this world going to step in and really create structure? I see white men doing it every day.
Ah, the audacity of that. See, white men do it every day. But somehow the black man isn't doing it. She compares all these things, these problems to white men. And I guess the white man's eyes would be colder, right? But does she know any white men that pay child support? Does she know any white men that got divorced or that are also, as she would call, deadbeats? Because there are plenty. But you might not see them because you're too connected to the ninja community to see that. So you haven't stepped outside the box to know that There are a plethora of men of all races that you classify, you can put in this category, but you don't see this because you're too busy bashing the black man.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
I get to witness the best of both worlds every day. Getting on stage singing R&B, being here in Atlanta, I get to sing R&B, but then I get to go to Nashville and be like, you mean you ain't staying out till 6 in the morning? You gonna go home to your family? You gonna write this song and leave at 5 and 6 because you gonna take care of your family and your wife? At what point do the successful black men build black families? We ain't gonna ever have a black family if y'all don't do it.
Wow. We ain't gonna never have a successful black family if y'all don't do it. Look, I mean, Cam, come on, Cam. You gotta push back on this a little bit. So she really just gonna say successful black men. Y'all, she need to be the poster child for black families. Again, not acknowledging both sides of the problem. And K.Michelle, you're the one to talk. You don't even have a husband. Come on. You don't even have a husband. But you sitting there talking about black families. You got a kid yourself with no man. You had, how long you been in the industry? Since 2005, 6 probably? It's 2025. You still ain't got no husband?
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
But talking about black families though.
We're never gonna have it. It's just not gonna happen. So if your mentality is, yes, things happen, and I'm not knocking you for that. I didn't come here for that.
You didn't come here for that, but you've been taking shots at this guy the entire, well, for this whole segment.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
You've been digging at this man, and to a lesser degree, successful black men for this entire 10-minute segment right here. It's fucking, ugh.
But at what point do you take that black woman?
Oh boy.
Do you be at a home and show
take her
your kids what it's like, you know? At what point do you take a grip to it, not make excuses for it or mantras and things like that? It is so unfair to black women who have been the strength and builders of so many things.
Okay, we're done here. Y'all get the point, right? It's our fault that we have broken homes. It's not the women. It's just our fault. Again, there's plenty of blame to go around both sides, but women like K.Michelle is going to put it all on us. I guess because we got money, or maybe because she thinks that if we just turned around, then it'll all be good, right? Okay, all right. Anyway, y'all see the problems here, right? Y'all see all the issues with this message, right? So I'm gonna leave right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it down in the comment section. With that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about K.Michelle, unmarried with children or a child, trying to chastise Cam Newton on not having children or having children but not being married. Down in the comment section, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that notification bell, and we out of the door, and I will see you on the next video.